Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot and welcome back to Dinosaur Mountain. In today's episode, we're going to start working on the second part of Dinosaur Mountain, the second ridge we have over here. We're going to put this in. We're going to do maybe even 2 exhibits here, because I think we can drop them down the side a little bit, get some nice steep exhibits. But you guys gave me some great ideas in the comment section for the last video. There's a few that I really like. Number one that I really like is releasing some goats around the mountain, just because they're mountain goats, right? And it's a mountain, it makes sense to have mountain goats. I mean, they're not actually mountain goats, but it makes sense to have goats running all over the mountains. I thought that was a cool idea. We're definitely going to do that. And I also really like the idea of having a, I don't know, Spinosaurus, Suchomimus, Baryonyx, I don't know what, probably Spinosaurus, because it's my favourite of the 3, wandering around this sort of river area around the bottom of the mountain. It does mean we'd have to block off. Basically, what we'd have to do is grab a fence and do this kind of thing and make each area blocked off entirely, but we can do that and I think that might actually look pretty cool. We'll do that in the future. I'd love to hear some more opinions by that. If you like those ideas, do let me know in the comments down below, but I think that's a pretty cool idea to have them wandering around, and they'd, because this is the only water source, they'd probably stay primarily at the base of the mountain. And imagine that you're sitting up here at the top, you're visiting Dinosaur Mountain, you're looking at all the exhibits, you're sitting in your hotel and you look down and you just see a Spinosaurus wandering through the river. I think that's very cool. Now, before we move on, we need to have a look at our dinosaur names. We have Gary and Tony the Tiger for the Iguanodon, who I can't show you because every single dinosaur has decided to hide in the trees. And the Dracorexes, we have Monarch, Dragon Master and Gus. I agree with people that we need more dinosaurs in this exhibit as well, because, I mean, look at it, it looks empty right now because they've all decided to hide in the trees for 2 seconds. So we're going to chuck a few more dinosaurs in there as well, and we're going to start working on this area over here. So I think we're going to get some, people suggested like Ankylosauruses and stuff like that. Dinosaurs that look like they would suit a mountain. They should be rugged and tough dinosaurs. The Dracorex kind of has that going for it, at least a little bit. And the Iguanodon I think is okay down here because this is quite low tier. You know, this is barely a hill. This is not a rugged mountain environment. But as we get higher up, maybe we'll focus more on Ankylosaurids and stuff like that. And to that point, whilst we're going to set up this next area, let's get some more dinosaurs for that first exhibit. And we're going to go for an Ankylosaurian, but we're going to save the tougher ones. Crichtonsaurus has a slightly softer feel to it, I feel, than some of the others. You know, it's a little bit of a softie. It's cuter, it's smaller, it's less armoured. So if you were going to have an Ankylosaurian on the lower parts of the exhibit, then maybe the Crichtonsaurus is that dinosaur, basically. And I think we'll just get 2 of those as well, just to buff up the number. There's just not enough dinosaurs in this exhibit. We're actually going to add another feeder over here. And a few more trees. I've decided, I've discussed it with myself, and I think if anything, the whole thing needs more trees. If you look at all these mountains here, these are covered in trees, and it kind of hides the weirdness factor. I don't want to go overboard until we finish the top so we really know what it looks like, but I think it looks better already. I did add a few more. You know what I'm like, I'm never going to stop, just get over it. Okay, Monorail Station. Ooh, what's that going to look like? What's that going to do? No, it should go like there, right? I don't know, what's that going to... Yeah, we can do that, that's cool, that's cool. Gives us a bit more room without actually putting a big dent in the top, which is pretty perfect. If we smooth that down, there's definitely a hill there, but you can't really see it, you know? And yeah, if I have to make my humans walk down a small hill, I'm sure they'll get over it. They're not going to get over it. Many people would die from sheer exhaustion, but it is what it is. They'll survive. Well, except the dead ones. So we want to stick that in there, just ram it in there, hope for the best. Obstructed by what? Okay. And there we go. You see that little jump up there, and then this is going to curl around right to the top. And it's a big old snake that people told me about 1 billion times. People kept mentioning this big snake that wraps around the world. Is that not the one from, it was in God of War, wasn't it? God of War is in this year's God of War? Am I crazy? I don't think I'm crazy. Anyways, I do want some shops in here. I think we can definitely do 2 exhibits as well. It's a big area. I don't think any of the exhibits in this park are going to be massive, per se. So let's get ourselves some stuff, like a restaurante. And what's important? You know, you want the vital stuff, right? So we want a bar. And I'm probably going to have to flatten this a little bit. I like this ridge area where all the shopping and stuff can be done, and then you walk down a little hill and you enter sort of the dino zone sort of thing. I'm not going to call it the dino zone because I'm not a 12-year-old child, but fossil zone, that's much better. And it's just nice to get some shops and stuff. And we've got plenty of room over here. We're a little bit higgledy-piggledy, but that's okay. It's difficult to build on a hill. Things would be higgledy-piggledy. Just in case you're curious, yes, higgledy-piggledy is an official term. Just don't look it up, okay? And maybe an arcade. Will that squeeze in there? Oh, it's going to be tough, that one, I think. Because I can't flatten any further to the left. Oh, maybe I can, actually. Oh, if I just go... Oh... I want to squeeze in one more. I just want to squeeze it in there. Come on, beautiful. And the arcade I know is a small building, so yes, beautiful. I should have definitely built a path first, thinking about it, but whatever. Here we go. As long as the river stays connected river all the way around, like there's always, the river isn't broken at any point. I want it to be a ring around the whole thing. I liked it, so I put a ring on it. What can I say? Then I'm pretty happy. So let's pop out some Crichtons. Underrated dinosaur, one that I oft neglect, I will say. And people have also suggested we go for more rugged sort of colour schemes, you know, greys and browns and stuff like that, and I absolutely agree. And this is why you guys are important. You give me suggestions and I steal them and turn them into videos. Let's pop out both of those. There we go. What do you look like, buddy? Yeah, see, that's a mountainous looking dinosaur right there. It really is. Okay, so we've got a little shop area, which... Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. All I have to do is put trees there. To hide my shame, basically. And it's nice that it feels like its own little... Each area should feel like its own little world. You know, each step, this one, and that one, should feel separate from each other, yet together. Separate but equal, as the saying goes. So... I think I want to make this... There's a slight problem. No, we just curve that there. There we go. Stylish. Bam. 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 All online. Looking good. Looking good. Trees. Okay, cool. We'll probably have to kill some of these trees because my dinosaurs are going to... I think that looks really nice. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And then the monorail swing around a little bit further. Anyways, let's get our Crichtons shipped over and start building our... Like I say, I think we'll do 2 exhibits here. I've not really thought them through, I'm not going to lie. We'll go for a rugged Ankylosauria, but not the Ankylosaurus or the Nodosaurus. Nodosaurus, I think, is the most rugged. So we could do maybe Sauropelta, Polacanthus... It can be a Nodosaurus as well, I don't really mind, as long as it's a rugged dinosaur. Let's have a little look. Let's have a little peek. What are we going to do? Maybe a Ceratopsid? Ceratopsid makes a lot of sense. It's got quite a tough kind of aspect to it, I think. The Pentaceratops kind of has mountain goat legs. Let's go for a Pentaceratops. And colours, steps. Steps got to be a good shout, right? And we're going to go for all the same colour. Something I so very rarely do. I've gone mad, what can I say? And maybe a Pachycephalosaurus? No, it's probably the toughest of the 3. No, Sticky Moloch is the toughest of the 3, so we'll get some Pachycephalosauruses as well. And then maybe some little Deinonychuses or something roaming around? I don't know. Let's set up the area anyway. So, you're going to come out there, you're going to walk down... How do I want to do this? Okay. I don't really know what I'm doing, I'm just kind of doing stuff. Just trying to think, alright, I want to build 2 exhibits here. And we want viewing areas and stuff for both of them. I think towers are actually really good in this kind of place. Let's stick a tower on the end there. Maybe, can we squeeze a tower up here? That'd be really cool. Oh, I want to make that happen now. Oh, should we have it there? Is that going to work? I'm going to stick it there and we'll see what it looks like looking over the top of the shop down into the exhibit, you know? It's quite hard in this situation to make interesting things, but that might look pretty cool. Let's go for that. Only for the people who are brave enough to risk falling off the edge completely. Yeah, we'll see what we can do there. I think I can maybe, yeah, there we go, look at that, beautiful. You can always just squeeze a little bit more in than you think you can. You just have to lower the flatten tool a little bit further down initially, as long as the water is still there, and it is. We're looking good. Oh, nope, just that little bit there I want to flatten if I can. Yeah, come on, yeah, nearly. Nope, still nope. It's this bit right here. That's obviously too much because I've lost my water, my beloved water. No, I haven't. It's just you can't really see it. There we go. Yeah, very cool. And if we hop in there, boop, you just get a nice overview. And you'll be able to look down there and maybe see the Spinosaurus wandering around. You get to hear the arcade constantly in your ear holes. It's fun for the whole family. We could even consider doing like a thin strip exhibit across there. Is that crazy? There's a really thin, skinny one along there. We'll think about that. Again, open to ideas and suggestions from you lovely folks at home. So let's build the actual exhibit. Electrified fence, and we want to drop this. Ooh, Just always thinking, always ideas. No, let's grab the fence. Let's just build a shape. If we build a shape, all the rest will happen naturally, okay? So I want this one, again, to kind of... I want to use the shape of the mountain a little bit. Tell you what, we'll build the whole thing and then we'll cut it in half. And I love the ideas of the dinosaurs being down here, and you're not necessarily being able to see them. You know, they disappear down the side of the mountain before reappearing. And we can always delete this if need be, in order to add attractions and stuff like that in the next episode. That's 2 exhibits, like I say, because that is a fairly massive exhibit right there. If we just grab our... and we can kind of do some funky shapeness. You know, maybe curl that around that tree line right there. Just make it feel like the exhibit conforms to the mountain a little bit, you know? And then cuts through there. It's a weird shape, if we're honest. But, yeah, I don't like that. Gone off that really quickly. Have I gone off that? I'm not a fan at all. It's a little bit too wibbly wobbly. I'm down with some wibbly, I'm down with some wobbly, but there is a limit in my wibbly wobbliness. I know that's crazy. You look at me and you think that is a man who likes his wibbly wobbly, but all men have their limits. This is kind of what I wanted for this area, I've got to say. I'm still struggling with ideas of ways to make it more interesting. One thing I actually like... oh, maybe we'll do that here. I like the idea of kind of like a mountain path that you can follow, like you're human, and they'd have to, you know, like a hiking trail sort of thing. So maybe we can have the path kind of curl around this entire exhibit, like all the way around there. And if you want to go walking down there, you could. Might be a bit risky with the Spinosaurus, but minor details. I don't know. I do like how that looks. Like, sort of how it sits in the mountain. Needs more trees. It always needs more trees. Yeah. The problem with the pathing is really the Spinosaurus more than anything else. I wonder if I can sneak some water in here. No, little baby water. I mean, sort of, but it's kind of killed the path at the same time. Smooth it out, baby. Smooth it out. Kind of got like a little slightly Jurassic Park inspired area here, you know, where that little sort of rectangular pond river sort of area sitting in front of the visitor centre. How's that look? It's a bit of a hill, isn't it? I don't think you'd necessarily... I think we might be able to flatten this. I'd rather have it, like, really hilly. You know, just like a straight flat edge, basically. And still keep the water if at all possible. More like that, I think. Is that better? Yeah, there you go. And you get to look down over the water and to the exhibits. And if you want to walk down and take a look yourself, you can do just that as well. Good stuff. Good stuff. Do I want trees? Here's the question. I want trees here, but I think I want to keep this... I kind of just want to surround, like, cloak the whole area in it a little bit. It feels like its own little world. I feel that looks really nice, actually. Maybe I'm just trying to convince myself. Maybe what we can do as well, thinking about it, is maybe we could do a gyrosphere that kind of comes down here and like curls around the mountain a little bit. Interesting. Boop, boop, boop. So, we want something else to go with these. I was thinking Pachycephalosaurus as well. Let's get 4 of those. We'll mix up the colours a little bit more. So we'll go for... Pachycephalosaurus needs... okay. Arid. I actually think the default Pachycephalosaurus skin is quite good for mountains as well, so we'll go for that. I'm not the biggest fan of some of the others. Don't like the jungle one. Well, we can go Alpine. Alpine makes sense. So we've got 4 of these, 3 Pentaceratopses, and then other things at some point. We'll give those a second. Let's put some water. Water? Put it over here. We join it into there a little bit. And we can join that into that exhibit at some point in the next episode. And a feeder. We want this... Tell you what, when you're in this, can you see to the left? Yeah, but we'll have to kill that tree. I want you to be able to look down and see them feeding, basically. So we'll kill that tree, and we'll add a feeder right there. And another feeder, we want them to walk around. This is kind of like a second layer here, you know, it drops down and then it sits on its own like that, so we'll do that as well. And can we put water anywhere? Yes, a little bit there, a little bit over here. I quite like the multi-layered kind of look to it. It's not quite done it. A little bit of water. A little bit of water. There we go, a little bit of water. I killed that bit, didn't I? But that's alright. Oh, that is a different layer. It's very slightly a different layer, though. Very slightly a different layer. It's like a baby of layers. Don't look up that. I don't know what that sentence would get you if you looked it up, but do not Google baby of layers. Okay, a little bit of water there, and then like a nice little secluded little pool. If they want a little privacy, you know, every dino deserves a little bit of alone time sometimes. I'll put another feeder down there as well for the same reason. Because you might still be able to see it with the... You know what this really reminds me of is Isla Muerta. One of the exhibits I built in Isla Muerta. I just remember hiding like a little pool sort of at the bottom in the water, like down the hill. Cool. Right, dinosaurs. Kind of important for a dinosaur park, oddly enough. Controversial opinion, I know. What can I say? I'm out there. I'm a madman. How do we make this exhibit? Maybe we'll do the... Maybe what we'll do... Thinking about it, next episode when we're building this second exhibit here, we extend this outwards. We pull this one, we make this quite a big one, and we'll add the gyrosphere here and have it sort of come over here and kind of, you know, go up and down the hills and stuff like that. Quite a big exhibit that sort of wraps around this whole area here. Because I mean, it would make a lot more sense to have the gyrosphere at the top in some ways, but I kind of want it to be going up and down the hills and along like a really bumpy, weird track. I think that'll be pretty interesting to look at. So. That's what we'll go for. It is decided. Little reference there, if anyone got that. Okay, and whilst this is going on, let's give ourselves a bit of a monorail track. Think about that. It's cool, isn't it? I really like that. Or do I hate it? It's very hard for me to decide, I'm not going to lie. It does look like it's proper... It's like a roller coaster in a way. And it very naturally goes, there's no point where it sort of jumps up loads, it just very naturally weaves its way up the mountain. So we'll let that in there, and then you'll have this whole area at the top to do 3 or 4 more exhibits as well. Dinosaur Bloody Mountain, eh? Dinosaur Bloody Mountain. God knows what we're going to do next, folks. God knows. There's many ideas, but I don't know which one I'll pick. What do you look like? Are you cool? You're very mountainous, I'll give you that much. You're not my favourite skin, but you're a mountainous skin. You're a mountain of a dinosaur. I'll never let anyone tell you otherwise. I'm really excited about the Spinosaurus and stuff. I think that's going to be very cool. And the goats! Let's have some goats. Do it right now. And then they'll be ready for later on. So I'm just going to hide live goat feeders around the map, basically. Wherever the game lets me do it, anyway. The more we can do it in the mountain, the better, but clearly that's not going to work that often. There we go. So eventually, by the end of the playthrough, after they've all released the maximum number of goats, because the goats can't die, they cannot be killed by the carnivores, because I've got that turned off, unfortunately. Like I'd rather them be able to eat the goats and not kill the herbivores, but you can't have both for some reason. But by the end of the playthrough, as you roam around the map, you should see lots of little mountain goats hopping about. I think it's going to look pretty cool. Or it could look terrible. Who knows? That's the fun. And what does this skin look like? That's pretty cool. Into the light, please. Into the light. Yes, nice and come here. Nice and mountainous. Yes. Very good. Let's get these shipped over.
Heading to collect the asset.
Heading to collect the asset. Okay, you ready? Ready to collect the asset. She's going to do it this time. 3, 2, 1. Ready to... No! Is it 3 of them? Does she alternate? How does she do it? Is it random, or is the next one ready to collect the asset? I need to find out. There's nothing I need to know more in my life than this. Please. Are you ready? Ready to collect the asset?
Heading to pick up the asset.
No.
Asset being transported.
I'm going to do some research at some point to see how that is determined. It's very important, okay? It's very important. So we've got 3 Pentaceratopses, 4 Pachycephalosauruses. I think we need a carnivore, not the most rugged carnivore. Let's get a Ceratosaurus. Specifically because it has the coastal pattern, which I think is a very appropriate pattern. Do I want 2 of them? I think just one lone Ceratosaurus will look pretty cool. And it's got a really good pattern for this kind of environment, so... And we'll put that feeder up here. Yeah, the pandas really suit it, don't they, actually? This kind of hilly, mountainous environment. They look in their element. I like it. Right. Am I good? Are there any goats? Where are my goats? Show me the goats. Any goats at all. Oh, I hear one. I hear one. There it is. Living his best life he is. That's a happy little goat. That goat has no worries whatsoever. There's water everywhere. He can't be killed. He's got plant life for absolute days. The goat can just wander around, doing his thing, living his life. Pew 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 pew. People don't mess around with this enough, this feeder thing. It doesn't really matter on sandbox mode, of course, but on... I mean, sometimes it can matter on sandbox mode, actually, and I very rarely use it, but on like playthroughs and stuff, it's really important to lower your dispensaries to lower or higher, depending on the number of dinosaurs in the exhibit, because otherwise you're going to end up with starving dinosaurs, even though you've got potentially enough feeders to actually handle it in the first place. So, worth keeping a mind on. Is that enough dinosaurs? I think it is. I think it is. I think as well with these mountainous exhibits, you don't want them full of dinosaurs, because mountainous environments just are very rarely overly populated, you know, in some ways. Just because there's not that many resources necessarily, and it's a dangerous environment. You wouldn't expect to see like full-on massive herds of dinosaurs basically in a place like this. So I think just keeping the numbers fairly low is nice. And then it gives you dinosaurs more room, which is important. It's not genuinely important, but we can pretend it's important. I think they look great. I don't know what you're doing, but they just suit it. It reminds me a lot of one of the screenshots, actually, from the promo for the game. Well done, Pentaceratops. Well done. You're a very mountainous dinosaur. Congratulations. Depth of field. Looks great. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. And I think the gyrosphere is going to look really cool. When you sit on the gyrosphere, you roll down here. It's kind of like a roller coaster sort of. We'll probably put it like right here. We'll just push out this fence a little bit. You hop on, and you just drive it along. Oh, this is nice. And then zoom, and you drop down this like chasm-esque area. And what we can do as well, we can drop it all the way down and have it go through this tree line, proper dark, and then like you're going past the river as well, and eventually when the Spinosauruses are there, you will be on the other side of the fence, but you'll drive past this fence and maybe you'll catch a glimpse of the Spinosaurus. You'll drive past the river and then woof, back up the hill, and then maybe down a little bit, and then woof, back up the hill. We'll build it into like a little roller coaster that happens to have dinosaurs on it. Yeah, I'm excited about that now. Like I say, it's hard to come up with ideas for this. I'm not kidding, but I think that's a good one. I'm excited about that. This needs more trees. This whole area needs more trees. There we go. Fixed it. No, because yeah, that's probably right. I want to make sure I didn't block the feeder from here. And a little peek from this. You're not going to see much from this one, but just gets you a nice overall view of the whole area. You know, if you want to chill up here, get a sandwich, sit down, have a drink, get smashed, you know, I think you'd have a good time. The Pentas just absolutely look like they're in their element. They really do. I'm not sure about this hill here. If anything, I'd like to make the whole thing in areas just a little bit more rugged looking, you know? A little bit more topsy-turvy, especially for this place. We'll do that in the next episode, but this one I want really like bouncy and up and downy. Just to make the gyrosphere go absolutely mental, basically. Anyways, final dinosaur of the episode. Ceratosaurus. Such a good skin. Perfect mountain skin. Perfect. Perfect. B-E-A, beautiful, to quote Jim Carrey. Exactly, buddy. Exactly. Love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome the Pachycephalosaurus to the park.
Setting additional tasks.
Setting additional tasks. See, I have a manly voice. Oh god, though, I love that skin. Maybe even more than a jungle skin, which admittedly I've still not unlocked because I'm a lazy so-and-so. Yep, very cool. Very cool, very cool. Again, I'm open to suggestions. Let's go check in on our first exhibit, which now has a few more dinosaurs. Oh, wait, I want to see if I can see it go. Priorities in order. There it is, look at him go. Goaty McGoatface doing his thing. Yeah, this is a lot more populous now. They still all gathered together, annoyingly. That's a nice skin, actually. I didn't actually look at this one. That's very mountainous as well. So the other exhibit will have to have some sauropeltas, apollocanthus, maybe even ankylosauruses. Nodosaurus is going to be the king of the top, along with some of the bigger, hardier carnivores, some of the hardier sauropods. I still want a Spinoraptor because I adore the Spinoraptor so much, but I don't like... I'm fine not including most of the hybrids, but I do adore the Spinoraptor. Sticky Moloch we need at the top as well. That's a tough old dinosaur. I think Styracosaurus for the ceratopsids, and Gigantspinosaurus for the stegosaurids. Anything else? Sinoceratops? I'm going to try to avoid using Sinoceratops. I think that's about it for dinosaurs that shout. I mean, Stegoceratops as well. We've never had a Stegoceratops in a park, so we may include the Stegoceratops as well. I know some people will find that blasphemous, but I have gone off it as well. But some of the skins are pretty cool, at least. So maybe we can do like a little Styracosaurus, Stegoceratops, hardy ceratopsid kind of exhibit. Nothing else is screaming to me right now. But we'll have a little think about it. Carnotaurus as well has this kind of tough feel to it somehow, you know, this manly man kind of feel to it, you know. Again, I'm open to suggestions. I mean, we don't really include the Indominus Rex or the Indoraptor very often at all either, do we? The Indominus Rex might look okay. The white, I think, will suit the mountain really, really well. For some reason, I don't really know why. There was suggestions about the Torosaurus, but the Torosaurus is, in my opinion, probably the squishiest looking of the ceratopsids. So we're not going to use it in this playthrough, but I promise Torosaurus next playthrough. I promise, because I do definitely neglect it. I really do. Have you landed? You have landed. There you are. I just like that when you look down, you can just see all this little detail in the distance. You know, you can just about see the fence there down at the bottom. You can see the monorail going across the river. I might actually lower this down a little bit. Oh, what I actually want to do is this. There we go. How dare the fence be exposed? Never. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, I think we're done. Okay, we're going to end it there, ladies and gentlemen. So we need names for 4 Pachycephalosaurus, 3 Pentaceratopses, and 1 Ceratosaurus. I'll leave those in the QT, which is linked in the description down below as per usual. Do not leave your name suggestions in the comments because I will not use them. I'm afraid we are QT only here on the channel these days. And any suggestions, ideas, things you want to see implemented, dinosaur suggestions for the next exhibit, stuff like that, leave those in the comments as well. And anything else, just ideas to make it more interesting. I like the gyrosphere idea, but maybe stick a tower here as well. But is there anything else we could be doing to making this whole area a bit more interesting to look at? Let me know, and I'll see you lovely folks next time. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye. A little shout out at the end. This video and others like it would not be possible at all without the support of you guys watching me at home, and also everyone on this Patreon page right here who supported me in the last month. If you want to help out as well, you can do so at patreon.com/bestinslot. Every little really helps. Cheers.